What do you think people, I think this is a good question, either don't know about hunting culture that they should know, or that they don't know about Maine that maybe they should know or would find
I think,
something interesting? Because I know not that many people even know that much about
yeah,
Maine.
I think that when it comes to hunting, and especially hunting in Maine, um, it's a big tradition, and it's like a big family thing. It's there's a lot of people that go on these hunts, and maybe they get one, maybe they don't, and that's not really the number one most important part of that hunt. um, Especially moose hunting. The moose hunt has changed a lot in the 45 years that we've had a Maine moose hunt. The Maine moose hunt started in 1980, which is something that a lot of people probably don't know, but um, they shut the moose hunting off in the 30s, and then for one reason or another, it came back in 1980 when the population got to a point they felt would be best managed by a hunt. So back then it was considered easy. I mean, the success rates were very high, and now those success rates are a lot less than they used to be for a multitude of reasons. But yeah, the whole thing about like getting a moose, as it's not necessarily the number one priority of everybody's hunt. It's time spent together with the family and friends and things like that, is usually what the number one goal is. And then getting a 800-900 pound animal to fill your freezer with is a huge bonus to it. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty special.
How did Jackman become known for moose hunting? It seems like it's pretty.
Probably just the population of moose. Just I mean, as far as like areas go, this is a very remote town. I mean, we're as far away from any other like major population place than anywhere I can think of. Even parts of Aroostook County way up north, there's more people closer by than anywhere here. I mean, you drive an hour from here and you get Bingham, which is not a very big town at all. So you drive an hour and a half and you get Skowhegan, which you compare that to most places, that's still a pretty small town.
Sure.
So I think the remoteness of this and just the heritage of it, it kind of just fit right in when the moose hunt started up, that this became a hub for it. And it's one of many. I mean, there's all kinds of places in the state that you go during the moose hunt and it'll be a very similar vibe to this. Every store, people are talking about it, and that your experience at Bishop's at the tagging station is a similar experience you'd get in Ashland or in Presque Isle or something like that. But it's a very unique thing to Maine, I think. So
Can you say more about the heritage, like what that, like the rituals, or just what the heritage of it is? Is it?
I mean, I'm not really sure how to answer that, but I mean,
Yeah.
like I think it's a hunting in general, maybe not just in Maine, but there's always been a thing like how when you get your deer or whatever, and you bring it to the tagging station, and people kind of gather around and see it and everything, and hear the story about what's going on, and there's so many just connections that you make throughout your life that revolve around hunting, because it's kind of a fading thing in compared to what it used to be. I mean, back in the day, it was primarily all about food, and now that's still a big factor. I mean, there's no other way that you can go out and get that much free range organic meat in one shot than you can with a hunt. But to say now that, like, I don't think nearly as many people rely on it as a food source, like a primary food source, as they used to. But
Yeah.
still, the history behind it and the heritage and the respect for the process of it is really, it's a big thing.
How does it get passed down from the generations? Like, I'm assuming that maybe your fathers, your grandfathers were hunters.
Yeah, my parents weren't hunters at all.
Oh, okay.
My uncle and my great grandfather got me into it. That's That's actually a kind of a loaded question because I'm involved with a nonprofit, and one of our primary goals is to get kids into hunting and fishing and the outdoors, because really that's the future of it all. I mean, everybody's always worried about, oh, they're gonna, if so and so gets elected, they're gonna ban hunting, and it's like, no, they're never gonna have to do that, because they're just gonna make little things harder and harder. Oh, maybe the license is a little bit more expensive, and oh, you got to jump through these extra hoops to get your hunting license, and then pair that with just naturally as things evolve, people are less and less interested, so they don't ever have to ban hunting. It'll just go away on its own. So our
Oh, wow.
biggest thing is trying to kind of combat that, because it's a really special thing that, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's one of those things. There's a lot of narratives that kind of play into things. Like people think, oh, naturally there's all these people running around in the woods with guns. It's got to be unsafe. Well, statistically speaking, it's safer than bowling. I mean, like, there's very, very few accidents that happen, and the ones that do, unfortunately, are it's a story that everybody wants to tell, right? So it's going to be all over the news. I mean, if something happens, and not only, one of the things with that is that, like, let's say you climb up your tree stand and you fall out of your tree stand, and the guy dies, that goes down as a hunting accident. So that's not like Joe Schmo shoots Billy Bob and he dies. That's also a hunting accident, but those don't happen really. But tons of people fall out of tree stands. So when they see the statistics of, X amount of people died in hunting accidents this year, it's like, well, that you have to kind of piece together what they're actually saying there, but that's not really here nor there, I guess. But just one of those things that it's one of those narratives, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I mean, hunting, it's one of those things that, like, there's a lot of folks that want to think that, hunters just want to go out there and kill anything that moves, and it's all about a trophy. And that's such a sad thing to think about, because, I mean, the respect that goes into these, like, into the animal when you harvest an animal and whatever, it's something that I think a non-hunter would have a hard time understanding. I mean, how can I love a moose or a deer or a bear when I'm out there to kill them? And I mean, I think that most hunters probably know more about a deer or a moose or what have you than most antis would ever know about them. And the fact remains that nature's cruel, and an animal that starves to death or is hit by a car or is killed by parasites or disease is a lot more cruel than a swift, clean death from a hunter. And that's, like, our biologists use hunting as a management tool, and we are really conservationists, number one. I mean, I want my kid to be able to be around deer and moose, and her kids to be around deer and moose, far more than I want to be able to go out and kill a deer or moose myself. But the biologists use hunters as their tool for helping keep those herds healthy. So